I don't know how many faucets you felt in time. Most of the heads are plastic. These are solid stainless steel faucets. Like your granite solid, it's not just plastic on particle board or something else or some substrate. This is solid stainless steel all the way through. Okay. We started selling sinks to granite guys before they knew they wanted to sell sinks. So when we came out with a faucet line, we asked them, what do you want? One of the big things they always were worried about is, can they make money? This is not sold on the internet. But more importantly to them was, we did not interfere with the backsplash. So this, you can see, is the full on, the full off. So you don't have to worry about the windowsill backsplash. Okay, we'll talk to several of those. You can see, nice, heavy. They all have stainless steel right down to the water lines, these stainless steel water lines. Plumbers sometimes don't like them because they like the copper ones which they can bend out of. They're not supposed to bend them, but they like to bend them out of the way. You can bend these, but it's more work. Pass these around. The most popular faucets we have are our goosenecks. Now all the goosenecks are very similar. 3 of them are the same size. The Cascade, the Appleton, and the Poseidon are all the same height. The Hampton, the only difference between the Hampton and the Cascade is it's a little shorter, so if you have somebody that's got a cabinet above or a window that they're worried about, you can get a little shorter one. This is our Appleton model. First thing, as soon as your customers feel it, you can feel how nice and heavy it is compared to the conventional one. You can mount the handle in any direction, although in this model it's made to mount on the side because that's full cold, that's full hot. So again, it doesn't go beyond the body of the faucet so that you can put it up close to the wall. Okay? If you do have it, you can mount a little bit to the side, but this one would usually not have any issue with it. Stainless steel water lines. Now, one of the unique things about Eclipse is they have a spring instead of a hose. Okay? If you have, even if there's something underneath there, a soapbox or whatever, it'll still work. Sometimes the weights will bang on the plumbing. If there's a soapbox or something underneath there, it hits it, doesn't work. This one will work no matter what, and new springs will retract. This is the Poseidon model. All the same features. You can mount this in any direction. So even if you have it on an island, you can mount it to the back. Okay. There is no finish to come off here. Okay. A lot of the chrome, oil bronze, they can scratch, they can peel. This is because you saw the picture here. It's stainless steel all the way through. There's no finish to come off. So the first unique selling proposition is just the weight of the head. The customer hasn't seen that before. Second is there's no finish to come off. The third is all the parts, all the components match. Now a lot of the brand name stainless steel faucets, you'll see this is sand cast, this is pipe stock, and this is foil on plastic. You will see 3 distinctly different colors of not colors, but tones of stainless steel within the same faucet. This matches our sinks forever. Okay. As I mentioned, the Hampton is just about 2 inches shorter. So if you have somebody, it's exact same one as the Cascade. The Cascade is very similar to the Appleton. It does have a little ring around the neck, and the handle goes out instead of up. Now, if you do have an issue with that handle, you can, it usually goes above a 4-inch backsplash, but you can mount this one to the front. Some people prefer it to the front. You can mount it on the 4th point. You want me to start over?
No problem.
Okay, this Eclipse faucets, by default, kitchen faucets come with a soap dispenser. Most soap dispensers have a plastic wick, and if you have one on display, I bet you it's broken because they always break from this. This is a top mount so that you, customers pulls this out, pours soap in here and puts it back. Now, the other thing I told you we did this, we asked our customers what they want. This is longer. It's longer because so that you don't have to drill so close to the edge and worry about a breakout. Okay, and if it does drip, it drips on the bottom of the sink, not on the edge of the granite down the sink and makes a mess. If there is an issue, this has a 2-year warranty on it. You call us up, we send a new pump. Now, usually it's because somebody goes on vacation, or if we have a retired couple, they go to Florida for the winter and they don't ever clean this or ever, because of the soap is dense, it can clog up. I usually run it under hot water. We do have a video. We have a maintenance instructions for it. So if somebody calls up and says my pump's not working, try to get their email, send it to me. I will send them the instructions. If that doesn't work, we send them a new head. Okay. We used to have a stainless steel canister. What we discovered is, you know, when you make a canister, you got to put the stainless steel on the outside, and you have to weld the ring on the bottom, the circle on the bottom. Something in some soaps, the degreaser, particularly Dawn, didn't attack the stainless steel, but attacked the weld. And so we were having, I think I saw 3 in 5 years, but that's why they went to the plastic canister. That comes by default. You can save $10 by ordering without the soap dispenser, but most of my customers, even if they don't, if the customer doesn't want the soap dispenser, they order anyway because they have it, because it's worth a lot more than $10. That comes with all the soap, all the faucets except the Poseidon. This one is the comes with the Poseidon. It fits this style a little better. It's a little more contemporary, but if you hold it up against it, the spout is the same size. Okay. These are like your granite. It's a premium product. It's heavy. It's solid all the way through. It's a great go with granite. So how do you sell it? How do you get this? You've already found the customer. If you're doing anything, you're building rapport so that they like you. You have to assume the sale, because your customer, if you're selling granite, if you're buying granite from you, they like you already. Okay. If you assume the sale, instead of saying, in the old days we said, do you want a sink? If you say, do you want a sink, they're going to say, well, I just better shop for one. Okay. Today you say, which one of our sinks do you want? Same thing with a faucet. If you say, do you want a faucet? They're going to say, oh, this is something I better go find one. However, if you assume the sale, hey, you put in this our great stainless steel sink. We have a wide variety of high quality stainless steel faucets that will match your stainless steel sink now and forever. No finish to come off. Go into just assume that they're going to buy a faucet. Let them tell you they're not, just like you're going to assume the sale in there. Some of my customers who make the most sales of faucets use it, put it right on when they do a bid, right on the bottom. Faucet, sink, they do it as an upgrade, a separate price. They don't add in the price, but they put it right on there. Let them, because a lot of times they don't even know the faucet. They look at the faucet in the display, and just like that plate. Well, the plate's not for sale. It becomes an accessory that they don't see. So if you offer it to them, remember, by the time they've got to granite, they've picked tile and floor and curtains and paint, and they're ready to be done. If you give them the option with a high quality product, you're going to get the sale about half. Our best customers get about half the sales. About half the sales go out with a faucet. Okay? Now we do have some lab faucets.
Adding $100 profit.
Correct. Markup, whatever you want to call it. Okay, because remember, you don't have to store anything. Okay, you order today, today's Monday, we'd ship Tuesday, you'd have it Wednesday. Now some guys like to stock it, you know, in Madison they stock 5 at a time, they buy 5 at a time because they have it, it's easier for them to grab. Now the other thing we can do, if you decide, sometimes it's good to get the customer excited ahead of time. If you want us to drop ship it, you write the contract and they've ordered a faucet, we'll drop ship that faucet right to them. Now they get the faucet, oh I'm excited, this is going to happen. Sometimes that can help them. And also, if they've got something in their hands, they're less likely to change their mind.
Does it charge for shipping?
Nope. All my prices include shipping.
So
Okay.
we can drop ship that from the house.
You can, if you have a dealer in, we have one fabricator, I don't know how he does it. He's in, right on the border near Genoa City, Wisconsin. And his only customer is up north of Green Bay. And we drop ship everything to that customer. I don't understand how he does it, but he does it. He travels and does that in the install. So if you have a customer that's, you know, farther away or whatever, I kind of like the idea of shipping it to him because he gets something in his hands, it's really happening, they get him excited. Okay? Back when I used to sell houses, we used to put the customer's name right on the sign. You know, the Smith residence, before we even built the house, because they got them all excited. Now they bring in their relatives and everything, so it gives them just something to show. Anyway, we have 4 lab faucets. The one I just passed around is the most popular. We have 2, the Rhone and the Rhone Alta are exactly the same faucet, except they are, the Rhone Alta is taller. It has an 8-inch span, so you can use it for a shallow lab bowl if you want. The only thing you have to tell us if you're using a lab bowl, and the reason is, what's the biggest problem granite guys have with lab faucets?
Like vessel sinks?
No, lab faucets. Any lab faucets. The pull-up drain hits the backsplash or it doesn't work. So open, close. So it's just like a vessel bowl. If you get hair caught in, I don't have that problem, but if you get hair caught in, just unscrew it. You can clean it out. You don't have the wire running down the middle to catch hair, so you don't have to get your significant other to go pull the hair out of that. Now, if you do use the Rhone Alta as a vessel bowl, you have to tell us, because see this hole here? That's for the overflow. On the, you have the sinks and the filter full, the overflow. If you use this on a vessel bowl, vessel bowls don't have overflow. So we have a technical term for that hole. It's called a leak. It's a joke.
So what is the height on that, the Rhone Alta?
8 inches clear. Now, if you go to anosales.com, it's on there too, but there's my card. I want to pass it around. Go to anosales.com. You can download full spec sheets on every faucet. Also at eclipsestainless.com. I would suggest if you send a customer to, you go to A&O Sales, there are a couple of faucets that Eclipse sells that we won't sell, that we've had issues with them, and so we don't want you guys to have issues, so we don't sell them. If you would like, we have a Dropbox with all our files in it. If you want me to send you a link to a Dropbox, if you give me your email after this, I'll send you that. We also have videos on all the stuff I'm going to do on YouTube. Lots of videos, even down to the point where we have an interview with a granite wholesaler about what's a fissure and those kinds of things. Okay. Any questions on the Eclipse stuff? I'm trying to go fast because I was told 20 minutes is what I should be. Anything else? Okay. I told you we're an independent. Oh, here. Guys, this works better on ladies. The faucet in your house is made with brass. All brass contains lead. If your faucet is more than a couple of years old, before they passed the new lead law, it contains between 6 and 8% lead. Here in Wisconsin, if there was as much lead in the paint in your house as there is in your faucet, you'd have to warn people buying your house about the lead in the paint, but you're drinking water out of it every day. In addition to having a up to 8% lead, it's got a rough water channel to build up impurities. You ever hold up a glass and you see stuff floating in it? That's where it builds up. This is the inside of a lead-free Healthy Choice faucet. Not only is it lead-free, but it's got a smooth water channel so it doesn't build up impurities. Your family deserves a lead-free Healthy Choice faucet. Okay, I've got these. I gave you these, didn't I?
Yes,
If possible, like the couple, why we don't use it as a selling point? I think this is the best selling point so far. You know?
no.
Years ago, I don't know if you ever heard of Karsten Brands down in Arthur, Illinois. Used to be owned by Sam Petershine. And I came to his office and I showed him that. And he said, well, you know, we carry all these faucets. And if you sell my wife a faucet, I'll carry your faucets. I went up and I sold her 2 faucets based on that. And they became our biggest customer in Illinois in a year.
We
So it's
should-
pretty much all other faucets out there have that type of channel.
Yes, except one other one. I'm going to show it to you.
Other, your competitors, they don't have this?
Nope. Every other, California passed a law that you had to have a lead-free faucet. And all the faucet manufacturers said, we can't do it because you cannot make brass without lead because it needs to be malleable to fit in the mold. So the law became, you could be called California lead-free with up to 1/4% lead in the water channel. Now, so California lead-free is not really lead-free. Then the California guys got smart, and what they did, see, copper doesn't have lead. So they put a long coil on here, which drove up the weight of the water channel and drove up the length of the water channel so they could meet the They didn't change the faucet, they just had more, and then you had all these copper underneath your faucets to do it. So, then Delta, I think, came up with a plastic liner. Then it got the same problem. Remember the baby bottles a few years ago had something in the plastic in the baby bottle? So they had that. So they had to change that. So there are some with plastic. The ones I've seen crack. These are completely lead-free. No lead at all. And we have, all Eclipse are 100% stainless steel. Okay. Now, as an independent distributor, the only problem we had with Eclipse was because people are going to the composite sinks and colored sinks, oil rub bronze became very, very popular. So Jim and I go to all the shows. We go to Coverings and Stone Show and K-Biz, and 5 or 6 a year we go to them. And we got a reputation about, we were looking for a faucet that we could, number one, quality could stand behind. Remember, you have a problem, you don't have a problem, I have a problem. You send me the information, I'm going to take care of it. So quality was real important to me. The second thing is not sold on the internet. Now we could find a lot of quality faucets out there, but this is, Freendo was the first one we could found that would sign a contract with us that not only would we not sell on the internet, but nobody would sell on the internet. Okay. At K-Biz a couple years ago, we had a big sign on our booth, not sold on the internet. And we had 3 different people came up to talk to us. Number one, our competitors came up. The National Vice President of Sales of LK came up to us and wanted to know how we kept it off the internet. I said, you sell, somebody sells on the internet, we shut them down. Well, they have so many channels. When somebody comes on the internet, they don't even know which channel it's going through. It might go through this distributor, then that, whatever. The second group was we had every dealer wanted to come up, and every salesman like me wanted to sell it because it's not sold, because they're tired of competing with people on the internet. The third one was every 20-something guy wanted to come and help us get on the internet. So, no. They would fight with you about, oh, you got to be in there, you got to be in there. Well, we're not in the internet, and that's what's working for us.
So we cannot sell on the internet?
You can list it on the internet, you cannot price it on the internet, and you cannot ship it. In other words, if somebody calls up from Toledo and says, I want to buy a faucet, we won't drop ship out of our territory. It's got to be with a top. Okay?
So we can put price in our website, that's what you're saying?
You cannot put a price on the website. You can
On
put your picture.
On my website.
You cannot put a price. You can put pictures, you can put all the information, and you can put call for pricing, but you cannot price it. Nor can your competitors. Okay? Okay. the first thing that people talk about with oil rub bronze is how good is the finish. Eclipse actually could put oil rub bronze on here, but it was what they call a living finish. It means it wears off. Okay, it just wouldn't stick over time. This particular has been riding around in my car for 1.5 years. In the winter, it rides on the front floor, on the floor, so that the heat blows on it. So when I hand it to somebody, it doesn't freeze. It's got a few scratches on it, but the finish has not worn at all. And I'm doing this, every day, all day. It's made to look like it's wearing, but I have not seen any wear on it. The other thing is, if you look at a lot of faucets, you'll see 3 distinctly different colors. I mean, it's worse than oil rub bronze. These all match pretty well. Okay, comes with a lifetime warranty. So this is our this is the Arlington model. Now, this is actually the same size as the taller Eclipse ones, but because the pipe's a little smaller, it reads a little shorter. Okay, you can mount this in any direction.
Tom, when we're talking about the lead-free thing, that applies to this one too? There was something different about that, okay.
Oh yeah, no, well, as long as you're asking. In the Freendo, this copper, it's a brass structure. So the thing that holds it up is brass. But this copper goes all the way up to the head, and then the head is conventional plastic. So this has a lead-free water channel. It's not lead-free, but there's no lead in the water channel. So it's a true lead-free water channel. The bathroom faucets actually have a little bit of lead in them, but the kitchen ones are absolutely lead-free. Okay, this is brushed nickel, not stainless, so it's a little softer, a little warmer. Okay, any direction, but you see them, they all match. The parts all match. You can damage this finish with, you can chip, peel, crack. It's not solid all the way through. This has the copper. I told you the plumbers like it because they can bend it out of the way a little easier. Now, you shouldn't bend it, because when you bend it, these are all kind of crooked from riding around in my car for 1.5 years. This has a weight instead of the spring that we showed you on the Eclipse. Now, the problem is, if you have something underneath the sink, it's not going to work. It also can, if the plumbing's in the wrong spot, it can hit your plumbing. Okay, but it does, it's nice. It does go back. Okay, we have, in the Freendo, we have 2 lap faucets. This is the single hole, and there's a 3-hole faucet. Now, you can see it's a nice heavy faucet. It does have a more conventional drain, but see how that's bent? So we haven't had an issue so far with it. The only time we had an issue was somebody put it in like this, but we haven't had an issue with that. But you do have to be a little more careful with it. Yeah, go ahead.
Matter on the Eclipse drain?
Yeah.
Does that have a warranty on it? Are those pretty
These are lifetime warranties.
Okay.
The only time I've had an issue with this is I had somebody said it rusted, and when we got it back, they must have had rust in their water, because there was rust all over it. But I've never had it rust. I've never had a sink rust. I've had rust on a sink, and rust. I've even had somebody. Occasionally, we'll get somebody who's got rust all over there. Well, the rust is on the plastic too. Yeah, So no, this has got a.
Plunger system is pretty durable.
Oh, absolutely. I've never replaced one. The only one. Well, I take it. The rust,
Yeah.
which it wasn't. I mean, we just took this off and mailed them a new one. The head. Okay. Now, the only issue we have with the Eclipse, you know, the pull-out, is this is a heavy head, okay? Sometimes, particularly elderly people, like, if they want it lighter, okay? So you can see, if you try this, this is a nice heavy faucet. But if you pull out the head now, it's a much different feel to it.
Which one's that?
That is the Deerfield.
Deerfield, okay.
That's very popular, particularly among, you know, some people who they don't want it to interfere with the window or have cabinets above, and that's lighter. That goes from side to side.
Okay. So is the base of it, so this is all the same material though? Like,
It's not stainless steel, it's
right.
a finish on brass, but the head, you can feel that head, how light it is.
Yeah.
It does have a lifetime warranty, so. Sometimes, the warranty department is actually in the central time zone, so sometimes it's quicker to go right to them. Eclipse, because they're in California, it takes longer. You know, they open at 9 o'clock, which is 11 o'clock our time, and then they ship from California, so it's better to call me. You'll get it faster. Okay. We also have this faucet. It's not a bad faucet. It comes only in brushed nickel. Somebody's coming in and says, "Well, I'm just putting in granite to sell my house. What's the cheapest faucet you have? You got something to do with it." Okay. It's a good faucet. It's just not, you know. Now, also, we have on the back here, we have 2 lab faucets. I had a customer